Next idiom is renaming the product is just lipstick on a pig. This vivid expression means trying to superficially improve something that is fundamentally flawed without addressing its core problems. The imagery is quite strong. No matter how much you try to dress up a pig with lipstick, it's still a pig underneath, and the basic nature hasn't changed. This idiom likely emerged from American English in the 20th century, particularly within business and marketing contexts, to criticize attempts at rebranding or superficial fixes that fail to tackle the real issues at hand. Let's explore how to use this idiom with some examples. First, the new advertising campaign won't fix declining sales. It's just lipstick on a pig if the product itself is terrible. Here, the idiom highlights that a fancy campaign is useless if the product quality is poor. It's a marketing ploy that doesn't solve the core problem. For our second example, they thought merging departments would solve their efficiency issues, but without addressing poor management, it was just lipstick on a pig. This shows that structural changes, like merging departments, are ineffective if the underlying problem, poor management, isn't resolved. The idiom perfectly captures the futility of superficial solutions in various contexts.
There are a couple of expressions that convey similar sentiments. Polishing a turd is a more vulgar but equally direct way to say you're trying to make something inherently bad look good. It conveys the same futility. Another excellent idiom is putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. This phrase emphasizes that the attempted solution is completely inadequate for the severity of the problem. While lipstick on a pig focuses on the superficiality of the improvement, Band-aid on a bullet wound stresses the dangerous inadequacy of the fix. Choose your idiom based on the specific nuance and desired level of formality. To sum up, renaming the product is just lipstick on a pig is a powerful idiom to describe when people try to make something bad seem better with minor cosmetic changes that ignore the real, underlying issues. The image of trying to beautify a pig truly helps us understand the point. Fundamental problems require fundamental solutions, not just superficial makeovers. So, the next time you see a surface-level fix for a deep-seated problem, you'll know exactly how to describe it. Keep practicing, and you'll master this vivid idiom. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is they exploited a tax loophole. This phrase describes when someone cleverly finds and uses a specific detail or ambiguity within tax laws to reduce the amount of tax they owe. The term loophole originally referred to narrow slits in castle walls, designed for archers to shoot through or to escape. Exploit means to make full use of something, often for personal gain. So, when combined, it vividly paints a picture of someone discovering and utilizing a hidden escape route in regulations to their advantage. It's about navigating the fine print strategically. Let's see how they exploited a tax loophole works in context. Our first example is, the mega corporation was criticized for years because they exploited a tax loophole that allowed them to pay almost no federal taxes. Here, exploited highlights the active, perhaps cynical, choice by the corporation to use a legal technicality to avoid a significant tax burden, sparking public outrage. For our second example, during his campaign, the candidate promised to close any tax loopholes that the wealthy currently exploited. This shows the political discourse around tax loopholes. The candidate is addressing the perception that certain individuals or groups are taking unfair advantage of existing laws and vows to reform the system. Both examples demonstrate the idiom's use in discussing strategic, often controversial, financial maneuvers within the legal framework.
While they exploited a tax loophole is quite specific, we have similar expressions. Took advantage of a technicality is a broader phrase that can apply to any rule or regulation, not just tax laws. It emphasizes the strict interpretation of rules to one's benefit. Found a workaround suggests discovering an alternative method to achieve a goal, often to bypass an obstacle, or a more direct, perhaps less favorable route. While workaround can be neutral, exploited a loophole often carries a more negative connotation, implying shrewdness, bordering on ethical, questionable behavior, specifically within legal or financial systems. Choose technicality for general rule bending and workaround for creative problem solving. To wrap up, they exploited a tax loophole effectively conveys the act of shrewdly utilizing a specific legal ambiguity or omission in tax regulations to reduce one's tax obligation. Remembering its origin from literal escape routes in castle walls helps you grasp the nuance of finding an unexpected path within the rules. This idiom is perfect for discussing strategic financial planning, legal interpretations, or even political debates surrounding fairness in taxation. Keep an eye out for how this phrase is used in financial news and policy discussions to describe clever and sometimes controversial maneuvers. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is he made a lowball offer for the house. This phrase describes the act of proposing a price that is considerably lower than what is expected or considered fair market value, often with the hope that it will eventually be accepted despite its initial unreasonableness. Imagine someone trying to buy something for much less than it's worth. The term lowball emerged in American commerce around the mid-20th century, specifically in sales and negotiation contexts, referring to an intentionally understated offer designed to entice or test the waters. It's a common strategy, though not always popular. Let's look at some examples to see this idiom in action. First, the car dealership made a lowball offer for my trade-in, so I walked away. Here, the dealership offered a price for the speaker's used car that was significantly below what it was truly worth, prompting the speaker to refuse the deal. It highlights a common scenario where such an offer is rejected due to its unfairness. Our second example is, they tried to lowball us on the project bid, but we stood firm on our original quote. In this context, a company attempted to get a service or project done at a much cheaper rate than the service provider initially proposed. However, the provider resisted, emphasizing their value. Both sentences show the tactic of making a low offer and the potential reactions to it.
When someone makes a lowball offer, they're often trying to get the best deal for themselves. Similar expressions include undercut an offer and bargain basement price. To undercut an offer means to offer a lower price than a competitor, usually to gain business. This is a competitive strategy, unlike lowballing, which can be about testing limits. Bargain basement price refers to a very low price, often for items of questionable quality or during a clearance sale. While a lowball offer is a tactic, a bargain basement price is typically a result or a category of pricing. Understanding these subtle differences helps you choose the most precise phrase. To wrap up, he made a lowball offer for the house perfectly describes when someone proposes a price significantly below the expected value, often hoping to secure a highly favorable deal. This term, rooted in mid-20th century commercial negotiations, is still very relevant in today's world of sales, real estate, and everyday bargaining. So, next time you hear about a surprisingly low price being offered for something valuable, you'll instantly recognize it as a lowball offer and understand the strategy behind it. Keep practicing, and these idioms will become second nature. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is, she made a killing on the stock market. It means earning a very large, quick profit or much money easily. This phrase originated from 19th century American hunting, meaning a successful, large catch. It later described substantial, rapid financial gains from ventures or investments. Let's look at examples. The entrepreneur made a killing with his innovative tech startup, shows massive profit from a successful venture. Investors who bought early made a killing when the company went public. Highlights how timely investment led to huge gains. Both convey making significant, rapid financial profit.
Make a fortune implies gaining great wealth. Strike it rich suggests sudden, often lucky, wealth. Make a killing specifically highlights a very large, quick profit from a particular deal or investment, emphasizing its impressive scale and speed. Use it for a notable financial score. To recap, making a killing means achieving a very large, quick financial profit, usually from a specific transaction or opportunity. Its hunting origin suggests a significant score. Remember, it implies impressive, often aggressive financial success. Use it for notable triumphs and swift gains. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is the project suffered from mission creep and went over budget. This means a project's objectives expanded beyond its initial scope, causing unforeseen costs and delays. Mission creep originated in the 1990s military context, describing operations exceeding original mandates. It later applied to project management for civilian scope expansions. Let's see it in action. For instance, our app plan was simple, but new features caused mission creep, going over budget. This shows added features expanding scope. Another, the charity event experienced mission creep as organizers kept adding activities going over budget. Both illustrate unplanned scope expansion leading to budget overruns.
Similar terms include scope creep and feature bloat. Scope creep is nearly synonymous, focusing on expanding project boundaries. Feature bloat means adding too many unnecessary features, making a product complex. Mission creep describes objective shift, while feature bloat pinpoints a common cause in product development. In summary, this idiom means a project's goals expanded beyond its initial scope, leading to increased costs. Mission creep often starts subtly. Clear objective definition is crucial. By understanding this, you can identify and prevent such issues. Keep project scopes well defined to stay on track and within budget. That concludes our lesson. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is customer preferences are a moving target. This phrase vividly describes how what customers want is always changing, making it hard for businesses to keep up. Just like a shooter trying to hit a target that won't stay still, businesses often find themselves chasing evolving desires. The idiom's roots come from military and hunting contexts, where hitting a literally moving target is incredibly difficult, a challenge that perfectly mirrors the dynamic nature of market demands today. Let's look at how this idiom is used in context. First, consider this example. Our marketing team constantly updates strategies because customer preferences are a moving target in the fast-paced tech industry. Here, the idiom highlights the need for continuous adaptation in a dynamic market. In our second example, the restaurant struggled to maintain its popularity as customer preferences are a moving target. What was popular last year isn't necessarily popular now. We see how businesses must innovate and change their offerings. Both examples emphasize the unpredictable and ever-changing nature of what customers desire, underscoring why businesses can't afford to be complacent.
If you're looking for similar expressions, a moving goalpost is a close cousin, often used when the rules or objectives themselves change during an activity, making success harder to achieve. While similar in concept, a moving goalpost often implies unfairness or intentional alteration, whereas customer preferences are a moving target is generally about the natural, organic evolution of tastes. Always evolving is a more general neutral phrase, simply describing continuous change. Use a moving goalpost when the objective shifts deliberately and always evolving for a less specific, ongoing transformation. In summary, customer preferences are a moving target. Effectively captures the dynamic and unpredictable nature of what consumers want. Originating from the difficulty of hitting a non-stationary mark, this idiom reminds businesses that staying stagnant means falling behind. To succeed, companies must be agile, listen to feedback, and be ready to innovate constantly. Keep this idiom in mind as you navigate the ever-changing landscape of consumer demand, helping you prepare for future shifts. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is hiring his relatives was pure nepotism. It describes the unfair practice of giving jobs or advantages to family members, disregarding merit. Nepotism comes from medieval European church practices, where popes appointed nephews to key positions, reflecting historical family favoritism. Let's look at examples. The CEO's son was promoted quickly. Many felt it was pure nepotism, given his inexperience. This highlights an undeserved family promotion. Another, critics argued that hiring his relatives for every key department was pure nepotism, not based on skill. Both show how family connections unfairly influence jobs.
Pure nepotism targets favoring family. Cronyism involves favoring friends or associates, not relatives. Favoritism is broader, showing partiality to any group or individual. Thus, nepotism distinctly emphasizes unfair advantage given due to family ties, distinguishing it. To recap, hiring his relatives was pure nepotism means unfairly giving family members jobs or positions. Rooted in historical church appointments, this practice undermines fairness and merit. Understanding this idiom helps identify ethical concerns where family ties improperly influence decisions, essential for fair governance. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is the company has a structured onboarding program for new hires. This describes a systematic, organized process for integrating new employees. It ensures new hires receive essential tools, information, and support from day one. This concept emerged in human resources to formalize talent integration. Our first example, many startups invest heavily in developing a robust, structured onboarding program to reduce turnover. This shows fostering early engagement. Second, through their structured onboarding program, new hires quickly understood company culture and roles. This highlights quickly grasping responsibilities for smooth, effective integration.
New employee orientation is a short initial event. Employee induction process covers early training. But a structured onboarding program is more comprehensive and longer term. It ensures deeper cultural, social, and practical integration, supporting new hires for sustained success. In summary, the company has a structured onboarding program for new hires, means a well-planned system for efficient employee integration. Rooted in modern HR, this is crucial for smooth transitions, fostering employee success, and boosting productivity. A clear onboarding process is key to giving new talent a strong, positive start. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is the CEO opened the kimono and shared financial details. This intriguing phrase means to reveal confidential information, often in a business context, indicating a significant move towards transparency. Originating in mid-20th century business circles, the idiom uses the imagery of the Japanese kimono. A kimono is a traditional garment known for its graceful concealing layers. So, opening the kimono metaphorically implies revealing what's typically hidden beneath, signifying a move towards greater openness or full disclosure. It's a vivid way to describe a shift from secrecy to transparency, particularly when discussing sensitive information like financial data. Okay, let's see this idiom in action with a couple of examples. Our first example is, during the quarterly meeting, the project manager finally opened the kimono about the budget overruns. Here, the project manager is being transparent and disclosing difficult but necessary information. For our second example, investors appreciated that the startup's founder decided to open the kimono regarding their acquisition strategy. In this instance, the founder's decision to be fully transparent about future plans built trust with their investors. Notice how in both cases, open the kimono refers to revealing important, often sensitive, details that were previously kept private, fostering greater understanding or trust among the audience. It's about full disclosure, often deliberate.
When seeking similar expressions, consider lay bare or show one's hand. Lay bare implies revealing something completely, often vulnerabilities or secrets, similar to our idiom but with a slightly more personal or intense connotation. Show one's hand originates from card games and means to reveal one's intentions or strategy, which is very close to opening the kimono in a strategic business context. While open the kimono often implies a deliberate act of transparency for financial or business reasons, lay bare can involve deeper personal revelations, and show one's hand specifically focuses on strategic disclosure. To recap, open the kimono means to fully reveal confidential information, particularly in business or finance, signifying a move from secrecy to transparency. It vividly draws on the imagery of the traditional Japanese garment, symbolizing a deliberate act of unveiling what was hidden. Remember, it's a powerful idiom for conveying significant disclosure. So, the next time a company becomes exceptionally transparent about its operations or financial details, you'll know exactly how to describe it with this insightful and culturally resonant phrase. I'll see you next time with another great expression.
Next idiom is we decided to outsource our IT services. This means to obtain goods or services from an outside supplier instead of doing it internally. Companies often outsource for cost savings or specialized skills. The term outsource, combining out and source, emerged in late 20th century business, signifying leveraging external providers for strategic advantage. Let's see it in action. Example 1, many companies outsource their manufacturing to countries with lower labor costs. This aims for cost efficiency. Example 2, instead of hiring a full-time marketing team, we chose to outsource our social media management. This shows outsourcing for specialized expertise. Both highlight delegating tasks to external providers, demonstrating versatility in modern business strategies.
While outsource means assigning work externally, contract out is a very close synonym, often used interchangeably, emphasizing the legal agreement. For instance, they contracted out the building maintenance. Delegate means to entrust a task to another, typically within the same organization, but can extend to external entities. Use contract out for direct substitution and delegate for assigning responsibility broadly. In summary, to outsource means to obtain goods or services from an outside supplier, replacing an internal source. Originating in late 20th century business, it reflects a modern strategy for efficiency and specialized access. This idiom signifies making strategic decisions to leverage external expertise or cost advantages. Understand this for better business vocabulary. I'll see you next time with another great expression.